Fethullah Gulen and from his workers seem to internalize this concept that Islam addresses the common needs of all humanity. And so the focus and concentration on education, on mathematics, and on science, and on scientific innovation, I think strikes the right balance. As you know, Turkey is generally considered a secular country, but what I know in the nation of Turkey, I saw the development of education, the establishment of schools on all levels. Islam, as all of you know, as we know, is a complete way of life. And Fethullah Gulen seemed My name is Imam Askia Muhammad. I am the president of the New Africa Economic Development Council here in New York City, and I'm a member of the association of our late leader, Imam Askia Muhammad. Turkey has the distinct honor and privilege of serving the Muslim world for 638 years. Turkey has been the leaders in Islamic establishment and Islamic development over that long period of time. And there is a lot that we can learn about how the Turkish people and the Turkish Islamic community presents Islam. I have great admiration and respect for the method in which they present Islam. I had a conversation with Imam Orhan, and we did focus this conversation on education. And he explained to me why there's a focus on mathematics and science. Because when the Prophet Muhammad taught Islam, he taught Islam from the position of being holistic, addressing every aspect of life. And the development of the sciences was critical. And so this word ilm, in modern times, it has become spiritual knowledge or religious knowledge. But during the time of our prophet, ilm was all forms of knowledge. And Fethullah Gulen and from his workers seem to internalize this concept that Islam addresses the common needs of all humanity. And so the focus and concentration on education, on mathematics, and on science, and on scientific innovation, I think strikes the right balance. And this is what I've seen from the movement. And I see this is how Islam is being established. Now, the religion is already established. So there's no need to reinvent the wheel regarding Islam. We know that Islam is established on 5 pillars, and those 5 pillars is the witnessing that nothing is worthy of worship except Allah, and Muhammad is the messenger of Allah. This work of the Hizmet movement was, for me, overwhelming to learn that there's schools in 160 countries outside of Turkey. This was overwhelming for me because we had the chance to visit the schools, high schools and elementary schools in Turkey. And we see the quality and the dedication that goes into the establishment of those institutions. But to learn that the business leaders of the Turkish Muslim community through charitable donations, established schools in 160 countries outside of Turkey, including here in the United States of America. There is no question that these schools, established throughout the world, do not serve a benefit for the people of their respective countries and for the individuals who are involved in the learning process and are focused on bringing to the fore scientific innovations. There's no question that this is not helpful and this is not good. And what we believe is that in maybe another 20 or 30 years, we're going to see Islam like we've never seen Islam before. We're going to see Muslim scholars. We're going to see Muslim engineers. We're going to see Muslim astronauts. We're going to see Muslim innovators. We're going to see Muslim doctors emerge in society. We're going to see Muslims emerge in sports. All of this is critically important. Interfaith dialogue, I find it very important. I'm a student of New York Theological Seminary, which is a Christian school, and I just graduated last Saturday. I believe that it is our responsibility to not only be in conversation with Jews and Christians here in the United States of America, but also to work together as religious communities to serve the common good of the general American population. And I had the opportunity to be at a program at my school, the New York Theological Seminary, where a brother from the Hizmet movement actually participated in an interfaith program. And he presented the views of Islam from a holistic perspective, and that was very exciting. And I had a chance a few weeks ago to actually meet him again, and we agreed to work together. I received my training in Christian theology, so I believe I could assist him in presenting Islam, and especially with an understanding of Christianity that we have, so we really understand both Islam and Christianity now, and we can help. But I think it's very important, because one of the things that we know and understand is this, that religion is not for self-righteousness. Religion came to aid and assist the common people all over the world. It came to help humanity. And so we believe that all of the religions must focus on the needs of the people rather than on doctrine and denomination. You know, arguing about what you believe versus what I believe, to me, is foolhardiness. We have to focus on what do the common people need? How many people are hungry in society? How many people are without knowledge and without truth and without the information they need to be progressive? How many people are destitute? How many people are out of doors? How many people need shelter? How many people are oppressed in the world? This is what religion actually has to address. And so we cannot address these issues alone. We need all of the faith communities coming together. And I see with the Hizmet movement, under the leadership of Imam Fethullah Gulen, I see them as making great strides in the establishment of good, sound relationships with the Jewish and the Christian community. And a lot of people don't understand that this is the way of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, our prophet of Islam, where he is reported to have entertained Christian communities and Jewish faith communities. It's reported that he allowed Christians to pray in the mosque. You know, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam was a visionary, and he saw and he understood even in the 7th century that the world's people of faith had to work together, and he was willing to mutually cooperate with the Christian and the Jewish community. This we learned also in Medina, when he established the city of Medina and established Islam in that city. He has drafted a constitution that provided for the rights of the Jewish population there in Medina, and he beckoned the Muslims to respect the institutions of the Jewish community and do not defile any of their works and do not mock their ritualistic practices. And he, when he arrived in Medina, he participated in the fasting of the Jewish people. And so we see that our prophet, the prophet of Islam, Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, that is, may the peace and the blessings of God forever be upon the prophet, he worked diligently to establish ties of relationships, and we ought to be doing the same thing in the 21st century. And I see the Hizmet movement moving forthwith in establishing those ties of relationships. Charitable activities to Muslims and non-Muslims alike. This is the way to go. The Prophet Muhammad, may peace and blessings of Allah be upon him, he said that a Muslim is one who will not go to sleep knowing that his neighbor is hungry. And he didn't specify whether that neighbor be a Muslim or non-Muslim. Whoever that neighbor might be, the Muslim is obligated, if that neighbor is hungry, to feed that person. This is the way in which Prophet Muhammad taught Islam. And so we as Muslims, we follow the Prophet. We obey Allah and follow the Prophet in what he did, and we see it as our responsibility, and I see this from the Hizmet movement, the focus on providing charitable services to all humanity. And this is part of the balance we talked about, that we have to be open to the community. We're not an exclusive club or an exclusive group in human society. We're open to all society, and Allah tells us this in the Quran, to invite to the way of Allah with wisdom. And so we are open to invite people to all the pathways that are good and noble and excellent. And this is what the Sirat al-Mustaqim is about. The Sirat al-Mustaqim, we call it the straight path or the straight way. But as Imam W.D. Muhammad taught us, that mustaqim comes from the word qawma, which means to stand. And this is a vertical pathway. It's actually a pathway of virtue and excellence that we're asking God to alight our path towards virtue and excellence. And so we're growing in virtuous understanding. Our hearts are being enlightened. And this is part and parcel of giving, because the word zakat means to purify. And as we give, our hearts are becoming pure, enabling us to exercise higher and higher levels of virtue. Fethullah Gulen seems to demonstrate the completeness and the wholeness of Islam, in that he focuses on the establishment of schools, the focus on math and science in the curriculum, the development of the sciences, as well as spiritual attainment.
Hizmet movement teach us how to talk together, you know, how to talk together, how to share our view, to talk about issues without using violent ways, without using violent words. You know, I think that's a very good thing.